This is for YouTube. This is Justin, Super Trucker. He went to Nebraska and picked up our blue machine. He ran this step deck for a couple of days, and hopefully we can lift the head off it, put a head gasket on it and be done, but we'll see. Probably won't be that lucky. The reason that Justin was driving the yellow one is that his truck, the motor went down on it in Rock Springs, Wyoming on Thursday, and we went out there. I went out there with the yellow one and picked up his trailer and picked up him, and apparently the I'll put a picture on here. Two of the rods bent and the rockers came off the top of the cylinder number 3. So they're doing all that under warranty because we paid 29,000 bucks for it to get done back in September. So either it wasn't tightened up or something, but they're covering the bill on it, so that's good for us. So the yellow beast's getting ready here to go back to the oil field, I think. But anyway, buy all this flatbed crap here for one load there, superstar. You ready to go home?
Finally.
Okay. So the plan is to get this off, is lift the back end. I'll step back across here. A couple of hoist trucks here. Is to lift the back end up, because there's no brakes in the front locked on, right? So lift the back end up and then pull the truck forward with somebody stupid enough to sit in the driver's seat. Is that you? Okay. That'll be me. So I'll sit there and hold the wheel while he pulls forward with the truck, and the trailer pulls out from underneath. The rear end's lifted up, and we'll get the front axle here all the way to the back, and then sit the back end of the truck on the ground, and then hook onto the front, lift the front up, pull the truck out, and then set it down. So that's the plan. We'll soon find out if a Kenworth W900 bounces. So, all right, get back to you. Okay, so I got the old blue one on the ground. Pulled the head off it. And it's been damaged across there, across there, across there. No, sorry, across there. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 areas that it could be blown at, it's blown. The liners look good though, so I am hoping probably the sensible thing to do would be to do an in-frame, but and then put it down to a single turbo and go from there. But I want it on the road quick. There's the head hanging here mid-air. It's going to go away, get pressure tested and checked out. I don't know if you can see the coppers. It's got so hot the coppers have melted on it. All good stuff. Sucks really, but there you go. Oakley dokley then. So the blue truck is back in Idaho. It's been in Nebraska for a few months because the guy who was driving it cooked it. Can't say anything other than that. That's the facts. The evidence is there. 4 breaks across a head gasket is not a good thing to have happen. Coppers are melted in the head, and luckily the bottom end is still intact. In Nebraska they quoted me $19,000 to do the head gasket. Yes, it's a cat, but my goodness, it's not gold plated. Come on. Anyway, I priced the parts today to get it done here, and including getting the head machined, pressure tested, cleaned and vacuum tested. It's $350. The parts for the head gasket kit, the manifold gaskets, the head bolts, the deck plate that goes in the bottom of the underneath the head gasket, all that, it's about $1,300. Jeff's labour and me helping him, $4 will put that thing right. If, big if, the head gasket, the head is okay, and if the bottom end is okay. The bottom end looks okay, we'll check it out, but big difference for 19 grand, isn't it? And if you didn't have any experience and you're just starting out and you have a blow head gasket in Nebraska and you're desperate to get the truck on the road, didn't bother me paying that truck that whole time. It would have been better to be paying it and making money with it, but the fact that we were paying it and it's a non-depreciating asset, those hood trucks, they don't go down. You can park them up today and they're probably worth more money next year. It's strange how the market's going at the minute. So that's what's going on with that truck. Hopefully we get off lightly with that and the head's okay. And it's going to take 3 days to get the head back and a couple of days to get the parts here, and we'll get it in, cleaned up, ready to go. Hopefully we get this stuff here by Tuesday, Wednesday, get it on the road by Friday next week. This is all hypothetical. I'll probably be on here next week going, well, we never get started to the blue truck, but I really want to push it because the yellow truck has been up here and doing a little bit of work here for me, going to get that truck. Justin's truck went down last Thursday morning. So I bounced out there to Rock Springs, picked up him and his trailer and his dog, run into Utah. I took the bus up to Idaho. He unloaded the truck, came back up the next night. I saw him on Saturday morning. I'd arranged to pick up the step deck, rented that off a guy, and sent him out to Nebraska Sunday. Arranged for a recovery truck to pick up and lift it onto the deck, or the step deck, on Monday morning. And he was over here by Monday night. Unloaded it Tuesday morning. And it'll save me 15 grand by doing that, if this works out. And it should, even if I have to buy a head. The Peterbilt dealer in Pocatello quoted me 23 grand to do a complete rebuild, but I don't have the time to do that. I need the truck on the road now. Check out the do, eh? My little granddaughter Alicia wanted me to grow my hair long. So, the things you do to keep the kids happy. To be truthful, I'm quite happy putting a hat in my head to cover my hair. So, but we'll get the blue truck on the road and get her running. Wes is taking the yellow one back to the oil field. I'll head down to Green River on Saturday morning and meet him there. I'll get the pickup off him and come back up here and start to the blue truck at the first of the week. He's going down there to jump back into the oil, and pays good. You only need to do a load a day, and it's okay. It's good money. If you can do 1.5 or 2, you're making good coin. The rates right now are great. We're getting good rates going out and coming back. Coming back's astonishingly high, to be honest with you. So usually the east to west stuff doesn't pay as very good. So, but now it's doing well. So I've had a bit of a battle for the last 3 or 4 months, really, with these trucks. The yellow one, I've always been an advocate for having older trucks, get them paid off, and not be at the mercy of the bank. But what is actually turning around to happen is, because, and I exclude my friend Jeff on this, because mechanics are good ones are in short supply. They have they're getting into the same league as accountants and doctors now, and lawyers, where they command proper money for an average shop, you know. Some of their early rates down there in the oil field in Midland last year, and maybe changed now, but last year the hourly rate for Peterbilt was over $200 an hour. You know, that's a lot of money. So you either are at the mercy of the bank or at the mercy of the workshop. And when you're at the mercy of the workshop, it's in their clutches and it's off of the road, it's out of your control. Whereas if you're at the mercy of the bank, you've still got the truck and you can still run it and you can still make money. Whereas the downtime is bad enough paying a repair bill, but see the time it's off the road, it's devastating, absolutely devastating. I like to think now, in this day and age, that a truck with a decent driver and decent rates is $1,000 a day, every single day of the month. And now when there's no logs, and you've got hard-working men who realise, hey, this is great times, these are good times for us to be running, and they go out there and they run, they make good money. But so every day that that vehicle's off the road, you're losing $1,000 in revenue. Paul picked up yesterday in the purple truck, just north of Idaho Falls. As soon as he picked up, the light comes on the dash, turns a key, he's just got the load on, turns the key in the door to pull away, and it comes up on there, poor quality def, D-rate in progress. You know, so you've got to call Peterbilt, take it in there, plug it in the computer. Yeah, it's your D-rate, it's your def quality sensor. We'll order one in from Las Vegas, it'll be here today, didn't come today, it's supposed to come tomorrow. That's 2 days off the road. So if that repair bill costs me $1,500 or $2,000, it's another $2,000 on top of that for lost revenue. All right, you don't get to keep all of that, but if you pay your driver a quarter and the fuel's a quarter, you're losing half of it to go towards paying your standing costs. So this year, in the last 12 months, I have probably spent, and I hate to even say this, I should hide my face when I do it, I've probably spent, because of sentiment and attachment, the yellow truck, I did put a new transmission in it and a new clutch, but these are all realities, yeah. I've probably spent 35 to 40 grand on that in the last 12 months. The 12 months previous to that, I rebuilt it. And then I put a cam in it. So I probably spent the same last year on it. So I'll call it 40 grand. And that one, the blue one. So we'll go with the green one, Justin's one. It got 29,000 spent on it in September. The bill to replace the head on it this week is 15. Forget about all the little things in the middle, you know. There's 45,000 in that one. The blue truck, I spent probably, I knew it needed work when I bought it, so I can't really complain about that, but I've probably spent 15 on it then, and I'll have another, if I'm lucky here, I'll get away with probably 5 if I'm lucky. Well, then I spent 4 out in Nebraska on it, and then going to get it and back, you know, so I'll spend money on it, and I've not had it for months, so I'll probably spend 40 grand on it. But this little Volvo has been, it's been okay, because it's been quite steady. Those European trucks are really built well, eh? So that's those ones. The purple one's still running fine, it's okay, but no doubt it'll sit down and it'll cost me money. The grey one that we had before, it was a money pit, endless money pit. So these frontline trucks that are doing the long hauling, I'm spending over 40 grand a year on them in maintenance. We're putting miles in. I don't know if I've said already, but Justin's truck in the last 7 months, I thought 7 months I need to put money into it. That's terrible, but it's done 116,000 miles in 7 months. So that's why the maintenance is in there. But I met a guy on Saturday that was telling me about the deal that he gets in his Kenworths, and I've never been a great Kenworth fan. I had a couple few years ago, but they were single wheels, super singles in the back, and they were nice, but they had def issues and all that stuff, but that's the running gear. However, these trucks are on a track lease, and apparently you can get them for between $2,600 and $2,800 a month. And you multiply that by 12, forget about the payment that I make on the trucks that I've got. Just forget about that. It's a substantial amount of money. It's about $8,000 a month I pay for those 3 trucks. So for $33,000 a year, I can have a brand new truck. So with no repair bills, okay, because that's all covered. So straight away, I'm around $10,000 better off after paying for the truck. Just saved out of maintenance, all right? So there's 10 grand saved there without paying maintenance. Then add in the payments. If I was to go get 3 brand new trucks, I would save $30,000 a year in repairs, and that's the trucks paid. Then I'll be saving another $8,000 a month in payments. Well, the trucks will never be mine, but who freaking cares? So what does that work out? 8, 12, 96, 96 and 30, $126,000 better off just in repairs and payments, okay? Over 3 trucks. And then we bring in the fuel equation. The green one's not too bad in fuel, but the blue one and the yellow one, well, let's not kid ourselves, eh? A conventional truck with a long hood on it and all those unaerodynamic things, the big flat front, all the mirrors that are everything's designed to catch the wind. It's just trying to make you look cool going down the road. And it's a better ride in a hooded truck than it is in these big condo ones, because the wind catches them and blows you all around. I drove that yellow one, and it was like just being reunited with a really good friend. I was just running down the road having a great time with it and the other day there. But this fuel, maybe 5 miles to the gallon, I'll be lucky to get 5 between those 2 trucks. And then the Kenworths, they're quoting between 7.5 and 8. If I cut it down to 7, you look at the price of fuel right now, conveniently it's $3.50 a gallon, right? So if you're running at 7 miles to the gallon, your running costs are 50 cents a mile. If you're running at 5, they're 70 cents. So there's 20 cents a mile saved in fuel. So Justin's truck done 116,000 miles in 7 months. So let's call it 200,000 miles. That's a lot, but there's 2 or 3 of these guys are doing that. Let's call it even 150,000 miles in a year, or 160 for easy counting. At 160,000 miles at 20 cents. In fact, we'll do it back the way. We'll go to 150,000 and we'll take it at 20 cents a mile. It's a lot of dough, eh? Divide that by 5, it's $30,000 a year saved in fuel per truck. There's 90 on top of the 126,000 that I was already at, just for 3 trucks, by buying new ones. So that's just money saved in fuel, money saved in repairs, and money saved in payments, right? So you're over 200 grand there, am I right? Yeah, I am. No, hold on. Yeah, times 3, yeah. And then let's bring in something else. Insurance. It'll probably be higher. That's my variable that I need to find out right now. And let's add in also the days that your truck's not off the road, downtime, complete killer. The blue one's been off for ages. That's my choice, not to give in to the people in Nebraska. Justin's truck went down last Thursday. It's Thursday right now, waiting for parts. If it's back in the road for next Thursday, it'll be great. There's 2 weeks revenue going at $1,000 a day, 14 grand in revenue lost. 25% to the driver, 25% to the fuel, you've still lost £7 to go towards your standing costs. It was off the road for a month in September. The yellow one was off the road for 4 weeks in November when I was in Scotland, getting all the work done to it then. It was off the road for a week or two, getting the cam done on it, and all these little 1 day or 2 day things like we spoke about with the purple truck right now. So everything's pointing towards the newer trucks, but I have a difficulty committing to a big, huge thing like that. You know, then you're in it. I like not being at the... I used to think that when we had expensive coaches and they were in the yard and there was no work for them, we don't really have that with the trucks, though, to be fair. But those trucks are looking at you, I used to think, because I'm weird. I used to think those trucks are looking at me saying, right, big man, beat it, get down the bank, go pay for us, go find the money and pay for me. You don't own the truck owns you. But at the minute, the workshops are owning me, and I need to break that. And I think by getting a bit more in bed with the bank, that I'll be able to keep things in a better footing. As my dad said, get it done, it's a no-brainer. Anyway, family's great, everybody's having a good time. I'm looking forward to getting back to Scotland to see the family there. I haven't seen them for a while. My oldest son had him and his wife, he didn't have it. His wife had a new baby girl, so that's him got 4 girls. I had a wee swim here the other night there with my 2 grandsons. Family's all doing good. Looking forward to getting over and seeing the wife. She has a wee granddaughter staying, and I missed that Friday night thing we used to have with them, so I'm looking forward to all that. But all in all, life's pretty good. Family-wise, business-wise, yeah, getting a bit of a kicking at the minute, but the man who never gives up can never be freaking beaten, alright? So they tell me. Maybe the smart man does give up and doesn't get beaten all the time and doesn't get the snot kicked out of him by garages and banks and things going wrong. But we live on, the sun will be up tomorrow, and we'll fight another fight and do the best we can. So hope you like the videos. I need to get some more made on a more regular basis. I do apologise for my slacking off in that department, but my plate's been overflowing. So hope you accept my apology, and I'll get back on the horse and get some more videos out. Like and subscribe, as they say.